I just got done watching I don't know, like a hiking video I saw online, just some dude hiking, and I decided, you know what, that'd be a perfect idea for a horror game. So I told myself, I said, let's get right to it. So the idea here is we're just gonna have, your walking stick, you're hiking, you're just gonna slowly hike up. It's gonna be like a survival game, so you're gonna be using your water and food that you're gonna pick up along the way. Um, I think I'm gonna do it using an inventory system rather than just, pick it up and use it straight away, so you can kind of ration well as you would on a hike, right? So here I'm just trying to design the environment, which took me so long, but slowly but surely. Um, this was an enjoyable project to start with. So we got started with that. The main, I think when I think of the enemy is going to be like a almost either we'll do like some sort of animal enemy, or it will be like a human, or even just like a bloody like a Slender Man or something. Just something to put the player off throughout their experience. So here I just decided to import a environment. So I was sculpting the mountain, sorry, just because it felt a bit easier to do, um, through the movement. And I feel like having a proper environment that's, got like pretty realistic looking objects would add to the experience. So here I'm just sculpting the environment as we go. And using the movement's one thing I was very skeptical with. So I started off with, you see here, I think I'm using like walk points I started off with, but it didn't do very well, so I needed to use a spline, so basically like a really long string that I attached to the mountain. So there's my plain movement script, and then I started on creating the movement. Right, as you can see here, I started using cubes, and then I eventually decided that cubes were not it, so I moved on to a spline, as you can see here. So it's basically a string that the player will follow, so a predetermined path, just to allow the player, just so I can control the movement fully and have almost like a set path of sorts. I think this just allows the game just to, your player can't wander off and have a more linear experience. Then that's kind of the plan going in. So as you can see here, that's me just testing the movement. As you can see, we move step by step, and then yeah. That's just playing around with the values, just trying to figure out the right timing, the right look. That's kind of the movement. That again, that's too small, so eventually I had the player move, and I have a head bob script there just to give some more natural more natural feel to the movement, I guess. Alright, this is a pretty big time skip. As you can see here, this is like the just a bit polished, added a hand and a walking stick, and there's the movement. But this isn't the fully finished lighting, so trying to make the game look a bit darker. Here I am just playing on with the controls. The player will be able to use the arrow keys to move the mouse, and use a QTE, like a quick time event action to move the character. So as you can see in the debug log, it tells you what button to press, what key to press, and eventually I'll make a UI to tell the player. So there's the full movement, there's the player script, and at the top of the bar you can just see just about where it, like how long it is, and the finished map, something like that. So here I am just playing around with the height, just so the player doesn't phase through the mountain, and moving the set because it was a bit too high, and just making the game a bit more polished. So I'm planning on releasing this within the next 5 days. I'm just trying to see how quickly I can make this, and just as a challenge to myself. Alright, that's about it for part 1. I'll be releasing another couple parts if this video does alright, to showcase the end of my game. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.